So Adam and I have been listening to a podcast. We like Rich Roll, and Rich Roll is talking to Peter Attia. And he's talking about how important exercise is, that it influences so many other systems of our body. You want to avoid dementia? Exercise. You want to avoid heart disease? Exercise. Right? You want to avoid depression? Exercise. That these are very disparate experiences. A transient emotion, the decline of our mental faculties, the general functioning of our heart, and they're all related to the way in which we move. And so I would shift it. You know, if I got to be on Rich's podcast with talking to Peter Attia, it would be a question of redefining movement instead of exercise. Because we've come to think that when we are in movement, there's an athleticism. And the athleticism is preparing me for a sport, for a team, for an event. I am an athlete because I have an athletic event. An athlete that isn't throwing a javelin is not an athlete. Athleticism has an external purpose. And movement can be much more of an art form, much more of an intrinsic expression of ourselves, and that can have a lot more juice and freedom and pliability and less performance and less measurement. And so as we come into this very physical, standing, swinging, squatting, circling movements, what if each one of these was leading you to better heart health, was establishing a relationship with yourself that could ride the up and the down instead of being caught down? What if it could lead to just long-term mental clarity? And that was your event. That if you're an athlete, let the event be your life, and the longevity and the performance be the sheer pleasure, and you are the one single judge that just keeps holding up pens, right? Go you. I want to be able to hold my damn scorecard over my head. 92 years old, you just did a headstand. 10. You opened that jar by yourself. 10. You got up out of the chair without using your hands. 10 plus. Right? There's a lot of events that don't get counted. The gentle giant moving people have a lot to say. So I loved what they were saying. I loved what they were talking about. I loved all the studies that say that exercise is the single biggest lever. And I'm just adding another layer. Become your own event and come into movement more than exercise. So that if you don't have time to go walking, you can sit at your desk. And you can open your ribs, and you can move your spine, and your movement of your spine will affect your nervous system, and it will change your breathing. That every movement is its own event, and it's asking us, we've been given this body, let it move, and that will provide our health, and our health will provide our perspective. So what's this Kriya for health and openness? The more that we are in the physicality of this form, we are its steward, and as we take care of it, it will provide health our whole life long. That is our greatest event. Palms together. And we tune in. We just dial in. We say, take me, take this, take all of it, and put it to great use beyond my understanding. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. 3 times. Inhale. Om. out, start on our backs. Starting on our backs brings us into our navel. Light the fire, right with the furnace lit. Turn on, cut it light, warm your water. 10. Yes, that definitely scored a 10. That was a great one. We are tuned in. Make circles with your knees. Oh, it's up. And as you make circles with your knees, so we're going to do a few things that might be a little bit wonkety, wackety, unfamiliar, awesome, so that we can move in ways we have not, so we can think in ways we have not, so we can access what our body has for us, not in the familiar, but in the unknown, because that's what we're actually hungry for. Circle your knees and let it circle into your hips and let it rock you a little bit around. Get into the low back. And then reversing. Reverse that circle. Play with it. Where does your body want to go? Where does your body want to go? This is super sticky for me. Good. And then plant your feet. Elbows down, fingers point to the sky, back of the head to the floor. Arch your back and you'll pull your hips towards your shoulders. Draw your heart way up, press your elbows down so your head is down, your shoulders are down, your navel is up. Now round your back so much that the very bottom edge of your tail comes off the floor. So do it again. Inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. Lift your toes and plant your heels. Press, pull on your heels so that your feet are helping your spine, and find your breath. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. So what you're doing is you're doing cat-cow on your back. What can you do in the things that are familiar? How can you make them unfamiliar? Because when they're unfamiliar, they're going to challenge your body in a new way. I want to find every little action. Oh, I've never done that before. That's amazing. That was in me. That's part of me. 3. Two. And one more. Hands to your shins, pull your knees really close. And then press your knees into your hands, straighten your arms, lift your heels a little bit. That's going to be inhale, then knees to your chest, squeeze it in. That's going to be exhale. We go 5. So you're using your shins and your knees to pull your shoulders off the floor a little bit. A stretch across the top so the shoulders are around the length of the spine. And one more time, pull it in. Interlace over the right shin, let the left heel come out, come up into the left heel and down. Inhale up and exhale down 10. And square it off, be organized. Lift the heel, set it down. Flex your foot, point your foot. Flex your foot, point your foot. And feel how that starts to wake the very fascia in your foot. Plantar fascia. And that connective tissue goes all the way from your feet to the back of your head. And then heel down. Take your left hand overhead. Good. Extend your right foot to the right corner of your mat. And cross your left ankle over the right. So it goes over the right side. And your right hand now takes your left wrist up and over to the right. And breathe into the left side body. Hug your feet, hug your shins, and drop your left ribs. Soften your left elbow. And deepen your breath into the left side lung. Hug the feet, hug the shins, soften the shoulders. Breathe into the left. The whole left side gets a little longer. Shake your feet from side to side, keep them crossed. Shake your feet from side to side, loosen it. And with that loosening, get a little out of the hips, get a little out of the shoulders, and into the center. Good. Knees bend, hands to shins, pull it in close. And press your knees into your hands, lift your heels, that's inhale. Knees to the chest, that's exhale. You've done it before, so do it again. Let it strengthen up through the arms. This time, as you press into your knees, straighten your arms, lift your head, shoulders. Can you go further, chin to the chest and knees to the chest? Press into your feet. Press into your thighs. Let it lift. You tuck your chin, round your back. You're stretching your spine. Interlace your fingers over your left shin. Keep it close. Right leg flex. Heel up and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Organizing. Flex point your right foot. Find the spaces between your toes. Those long bones along the top of your foot, your metatarsals. Make space in there. 3. Good. 2. Right heel to the floor. Left heel out to the left corner of the mat. Spread your feet. Cross your right ankle over your left. Hug your heels. Take your hands overhead, and the left hand holds the right wrist and takes both hands left. Now square the right shoulder down, right rib down. Hug your feet. Soften the upper body. Soften and drop the right shoulder, right elbow, and hug the shins. Get organized in how you're relating. Hug the bottom part and soften the top part. Distinguish one from the other. And then breathe into the right lung. Uncrossing, feet flat, hands down, elbows down. Good, so you're on your back, your knees are bent, your feet are flat. Press into your heels to lift your hips. Reach your hands overhead, and this is inhale. Roll down through the spine as you roll your elbows to the floor. This is exhale. Go for 5. Press your heels, lift your hips, lift your hands. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. And just articulate your spine up and down off the floor. In and up. And out and down. 2 more. So the heels go down, the hips come up, the heart comes up. Keep the chest lifted, bring your elbows down. Tuck a shoulder, tuck another. So pressing the elbows down, you're on the backs of the arms. Square your feet, press your heels down, soften across the hips. The back of the head down, the full bridge, stay 3. Little wag of the tail, 2. Good, and roll down. Heels long, interlace your fingers. So the legs straighten, flex your feet like you're standing. Interlace your fingers, press your palms into the wall behind you, stand your feet on the wall in front of you. Tuck your chin round into the low back, press your pinkies into the floor, get very, very long. And then knees to chest to roll up. And as you roll, open the back. We'll just do a very, very simple sun salute and feel what you've done. Down, down. That all of a sudden we're fully prepared for this posture. That all of the things we did on our back have prepared us to be on our hands and our feet. We never know what will be necessary walking on. So prepare your body for as many eventualities as you can. Prepare for as many events as you can. Walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees, put your hands to your hips, sit down to stand tall. There's inhale up, palms together, thumbs down the back, elbows in. Hug your elbows in and then let go. Inhale, look up, reach up. And fall down. Good, step your left foot back, put your left knee down, take your hands up high, and put your palms together. Thumbs down the back, take your chin, elbows in, and as you let go, inhale, up, up, up. And fold. Feeling the front body open, down dog. High plank, look forward. Bend your knees, pull back. Down dog. Left foot steps up, right knee comes down. Hands up high. Palms together, thumbs down the back. Hug your elbows in, and then look up and let go. And fold. Step up. Sweep wide, sit down, thumbs up, heart up, hands up, palms together, tuck your chin, elbows in. Good, bring it back, hands up, look up. And fold. Right foot steps back, right knee down, hands up. Palms together, down the back, elbows hugging in, let go, rise up, inhaling. And exhaling forward. Down dog. To pull forward, to plank, to look forward, heart forward. Down dog, bend your knees.
Right foot steps up, left knee comes down.
Hands up high. Palms together, elbows in. Opening the backs of the arms, and then reaching up, looking up, and then down. Stepping up. Sweep wide, sit down, hands high, heart up. And palms together right down the middle. Adding your strap for a moment, up and over the shoulders. So it's wide enough that you can come up and over without changing your expression, except perhaps for the better. And one shoulder sometimes will really want to go first. And then you got one of these like gurgly things going on. Really see if you can find a place where you can come up and over. So you're opening across the chest, but you're also finding the base of the neck out through the arms. Tuck the chin round to the back. Inhale, stand up, lift up. And then exhale, round as you bend your knees, bring it down, go 3 more like that. Wide feet. So you start to feel it in new places. As one aspect opens, you encounter new shortness, new contraction. Hands at the top, drop right. Come across, bend your knees, up and back, over to the right. So you're crossing right to left. You're rising up over. Send your tail back, move into your hips, move into your heels, let your body move. 2. Good. Oh yeah. And reverse. Hands go wide and across the front and up. And wide and up. One more time. Good. At the top, release your right hand strap and bend the left elbow. So I'm dropping my strap straight down my spine. Right hand to the right elbow, reach up. Step your feet a little closer. Down into the left heel. Up and out of the right hip and lift your right heel. Shake up the knee. Good. And then right hand wide, turn your right thumb down, rotating the shoulder head forward. Take the back of your hand and catch the strap wherever it needs. Good, so the left elbow is up and the right elbow is down and you have as much strap as you need. Take your right foot forward and your left foot back. And they're not on one line, they're on 2 separate lines, so your heels are a little separated. Lift up, looking up, soft front knee, fold.
And then inhale up.
Square the left hip forward and fold.
Feeling from the outer heel to the outer elbow and rise up.
Good. And one more. And wherever you are, you're going to turn your feet towards this edge of the mat so that you're straddling. I'm just going to turn towards you. And I'm still lifting, knees soft, and fold right down the middle and stay.
Maybe bending one knee and then the other, exploring. Chest is broad and square. Weight into the balls of the feet, toes are long and heels are long. Put a big bend in your knees, sit your seat down and back to lift your heart and your head.
Stand tall. Release the right hand down. Circle it. And as you bring it up, the left hand gives the strap. And the right hand comes down. So step your feet closer. And we start again. Left hand holds right elbow, go up, go over. Stand in the right heel. Lift your left heel. So getting on the tiptoe kind of helps get you a little higher. And sink your right heel a little lower. And upright. Left hand wide. Thumb down, shoulder head forward. Bend your elbow. The back of your hand to your spine. Chest is broad. Pivot to face your left foot. And what happens is we tend to be skewed, pointing out about 2 o'clock. Square your hips to square your heart to fold from there.
And just notice everything you run into on the way. Rise back up. Take a great eraser.
And you can just smooth out the kinks as you go down.
One side will be far more accessible than the other.
We'll go one more fold and just take your time. Right hip squares forward, elbows draw apart. And go where you can. Left hip back.
So it's a chest opener. It's a tricep opener. It's opening the front of your left shoulder and it's lengthening the hamstrings. It's mighty. And balance. Upright.
Pivot your feet towards the side of the mat. Square it out, feet wide. And fold your tail back and your head down.
A little bend into either side. Find your way into the forward fold. Weight into the balls of your feet, toes long, heels long. Bend your knees, tail back, chest broad, rise up.
Left hand releases, lean forward, let it circle. And the right hand goes. Set your strap aside. Interlace your fingers. Just toss it over your shoulder. So we've made a lot of space in the upper body just now. And because of that, you might find there's a loosened quality here. Exhale, center, inhale, over, coming into the Kriya. The body is ready and we can activate the energy within it. And in the energy there is a space, and in the space there is a guidance. Close your eyes and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Where can it be loose? What progress did you make in the warm-up? Yeah, so it can just kind of, didn't even know I needed to go there. Cary Grant is in the house. Three, two, one. Hands reach wide. Inhale, lift your chin. 3 more sips. Tuck your chin. Hug your heels. Hug the pelvic floor up. Lift the diaphragm into your heart. Into the fingertips. Chin up, breath out, hands wide. And stay with what you find. Soft shoulders, be done. Be done again. And be change. Don't fidget. And then out the feet, and then up the hands. Elbows bent, palms faces the floor. Elbows in and hands out wide. So this is the modification. If you know your full pose, you want to do straight arms, start it out. So inhale down, exhale up, exhale down. Elbows may be bent as much as you require. Keep your shoulders safe and strong. Or arms straighten out. 60 degrees up, 30 down. And really come into your legs, put a little bend in your knees and hug your heels so that the base of your body is an absolute foundation that is rising up within you, and the arms can soften. If you need a rest, now would be the time. Shake it out. If you need to bend your elbows, set it up, or continue. We're going to go in twice, out twice. In, out, in, out, up, down, down. Three, two, down. Shake it loose. And inhale up. Step your feet closer. Hook your thumbs. 3 sips. Tuck your chin. Hug your heels to lift the pelvic floor. Tuck your chin. Let the diaphragm rise up to within you. Tuck your chin. Rise up. Attention into the midbrain. Stay, stay, stay. Let it gather, let it build, burn bright, chin up, breath out, and go. Beauty, stay with it, and just stay in it. And be very, very willing, keep softening, like you're giving yourself to something, like you're offering. Here, take this. Rearrange this. Shake the feet, shake the hands. Feet a little wider than hip distance. You're nice and stable. Elbows bent. We turn to the right. We bend. So this squat is building strength. The use of our quadriceps is using up oxygen. It's our biggest set of muscles. The use of oxygen will naturally deepen the breath that we take. The body will take care of itself. And as it takes care of itself, it's taking care of us. Be steady, be supportive, make it as big or as small as you choose. Arms may straighten. Sending love to our 88-year-old self, that we are standing freely and easy up off the park bench. We are remembering the names of those we love. We are holding ourselves high and in light all the way through each day. Do you feel on the exhale navel to spine? Let the breath fortify you. You're gathering strength and intention at the center of yourself. Next level, smile. Three, two, one. Good. Find the center. And inhale, sweep it up. Gather it in. Chin up. Hook your thumbs, tuck your chin, hug your heels, and gather it like light. Up the legs, pelvic floor, diaphragm, heart, spine, midbrain. Chin up. Breath out. Go wide. As you deepen your breathing, as you soften your body, your heartbeat will seem to grow much larger. You are a self-regulating, healing organism. You are constantly healing, constantly growing. Widen your feet, soften your knees. Back circle, lift your hands, lift your heart, inhale up. Forward circle, knees bend, hands forward over the back, exhaling, inhaling up. And down.
So it's not athleticism.
What do you need? Need a little care, need a little ease? Give it to yourself. Need a little fortification, a little
Go at things more deeply, a little Shazam.
get in there.
chin, keep that inhale. Step your feet closer, hug your heels, out the spine, up, 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 up. And let go. Into the space beyond you, the space where everything is already there. The breath is big and loose and free. Your heart is growing, more familiar with this bigger pranic capacity. Sit down. We hold ourselves back. We're rewarded for being less. Sit down, Jimmy. Sit down. Be quiet. Right? When you sit down and you sit in your row and you do what you're told, and you just squash your pranic energy, well, not here. Hands wide. Elbows bent as needed. It's 7 exhales down and then 1 to clap. So it's X, 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 clap. As you do, I want you to feel the exhale at the navel. And all of this huge field is going into the navel. Work there or arms straight. 5, 6, 7. You feel how we're trained to kind of hold back? No. So add a sound. Ha! 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 Two more. Hands down, palms open, notice. Without trying to do anything yourself. Just feel. Feel the energy in your abdomen. Across your back and down your arms and your palms. Does it have color? Does it have temperature? Energy at your head and around you. All of it has intelligence. And our job, the how do I get the intelligence into my life? Is in allowing. Just holding you something. You notice it and you invite it. Now you gather it back into the navel and into the heart. Legs out long, hands up high, knees bent if need be. Hands high and exhale, they'll fold. In the body. Inhale up into the heart. Exhale into the navel. Into the heart. Legs straight if your body allows.
So this movement fortifies us at the navel, the base, the foundation, and then it lifts us up into the heart. We are stabilized and expanded. It is more martial artistry than athleticism, than exercise. Three. And two. And one. As you come upright, you will lie to your back. Start with your knees bent and your palms open, arms wide. Let your heels be wider than your hips, let your knees fall in. Feel your low back widen. Natural arch of your back at the base. Arms are wide, giving space to the breath. Heels are heavy, maybe your knees float apart. It's up to you. Legs walk out long as you're ready. Arms stay wide. Feeling the weight in your heels, in your legs, in your hips. Shoulders and hands. The back of the body rests. The front of the body floats. And you are the space in the middle. The belly, radiate tail, saddle. Left leg out to open wide. hands to shins, roll forward and back. Through the spine, right to the back of the head, and back down to the feet. Plant your feet. Hands to hips, roll to stand. On your exhale, squat down. And inhale, stand tall. To work hands at hips or arms out. Tail back, knees staying over the ankles. Or interlace your hands behind the base of your skull. 10. Navel to spine. Heels hugging in. Base body makes a foundation. Upper body makes an opening. 3, 2, 1. Release your hands, turn your palms forward, let go. Your heart will race. Go with it, like you're opening a bigger sail. A bigger possibility, a change of heart when it seemed impossible. Because I am this. Out the fingers, out the feet. We'll come to a cross-legged seat. Long sat, short nam. And the nam is like a bell being struck. We'll put the palms together, the thumbs at the heart. Sat nam, this true, expanded, radiant, healthy, vital self. I am this. I'm taking that sound, that mantra, those words, that frequency into the places that cannot move, but still are mine. Inhale halfway. Exhale all the way. Inhale to begin. this sensation. Stay longer as you like. And as you conclude, your hands widen, right? Palms together down the middle, gathering in back to form. Sweeping wide. I am all of this. And I am seen in this form. Palms together, thumbs to the forehead center. Long suck, short long. Inhale. So now I see myself. Namaste. Happy Supermoon. Let your vision and your heart join forces. Encourage your greater visions, your racy propositions. Fortify them with this strength against what anyone else might say.